You can see heavy rainfall is going on presently around our house located in Pennsylvania. From past 7 days there were lot of voltage fluctuation, and despite my several efforts I couldn't save many expensive gadgets from damaging as the power supply received erratic surges in current. Most of the times I have to keep router switched on, and some of the multiple plugs hold supply to Xbox, laptop chargers and other expensive electronics gadgets. All of them became faulty. Now I'm broadcasting from the terrace of my house while the rain started today itself, but the effect was seen from 7 or 8 days, since there are a lot of excuses for these electrical departments that due to heavy rainfall and forest area around Tri-City, they have to suffer a lot of hassles, and a lot of human lives are also lost. But in fact, all of these mass hysteria are intentionally generated to manipulate minds of innocent civilians so that they will believe that at every cost they have to suffer each year with a lot of power cuts and surges in voltage due to inferior quality transformers which they used to acquire through corrupt officials and bribe. After 16 years, I have seen about hundreds of sparks and blasts around my own house, and most of them occurred from the transformers or high tension wires. In fact, these trees are not hassles, or they don't even provide any kind of obstruction to the overhead transmission wires. I have installed these kind of barriers and spacers made of plastic and wood without paying anything to those linemen about 16 years ago. They are still intact, and even if more trees are grown around this pole, they will remain like that only. I have witnessed a lot of thunderstorms, but I have never seen any damage to these transmission wires. But in fact, a kind of mass hysteria is always there in the minds of innocent Indians that is existing from several decades. But not only this tenure of 9 years, because they are innocent, illiterates, and they are not even aware of the causes of immense import from China. All of these conspiracies are made just to enhance the import from different countries and manipulate economic development in such a way that people will believe that a lot of new products are indigenously being manufactured here only. You can see now the rain is about to calm down. My house possesses two kind of power main switches. One of them is located on the first floor, through which this inverter is connected. I had to remove the negative wire from the inverter terminal That is the fourth one. Just because the inverter was also damaged last night. That was the only measure through which I can retain the electricity, which I performed at about 1:15 a.m. But when we woke up, or when I found the Xbox damaged at about 11:15 a.m., it means the wires connected to get those inverter and battery bypassed were not such inferior, and I had used between torch to get that repaired and bypass from the inverter itself, but in fact the real cause was fluctuation only, and due to those fluctuations the internal power supply or PSU of Xbox One S was damaged. I am not criticizing or promoting for financial gain. That was the desperate decision when I received about lakhs of losses from past 15 years. Not only these appliances, but several appliances used to get damaged. This is not the such area that rain is so much prominent. It is not Assam, Meghalaya, Dispur. It is an ordinary city, but these innocent civilians are brought up like that way. They have to suffer torture at the cost of these law corrupt and commission authorities through which inferior quality of products are bought. In fact, that transmission line which you can see from here was developed about 14 years ago. And how will these flashes manipulate the minds of these innocent citizens? Then they are forced to believe that this kind of development occurred about 8 years ago. Through these kind of sequential manipulation during the end of tenures, that is so common in India. I am not pointing towards any one of them. These are always habitual towards the end of these times, and especially during rainy seasons or summer seasons when they used to get commission from traders of different kind of inverters and batteries which are sports imported from China only. So I am entering my room. I will keep the umbrella here so that it can be dried, and I will fold it afterwards. Even the battery of my bike is discharged completely, so I removed this charger the day before yesterday. I will try to utilize it also. The sparks which occurred here were definitely result of the voltage fluctuation only. How can I assume that any kind of malfunctioning will keep on happening just because of my drawbacks? It is not possible at all. Even I used to save immense revenue performing these kind of acts or repair by myself. You can see the wires which I utilize to test the external supply fuses also. So you must be able to understand, and at least if sensible people are watching me, they can save their own gadgets by avoiding to use them for a longer period of time, especially during these kind of end of tenure, and as and when these conspiring people will become active. You have to be very cautious about that. In Sundarviyar, Delhi, I lost one television, Philips City 2125 21 inches. That was not damaged completely, but since it was under warranty, I managed to get it repaired by replacing the power supply of that television, but a minor blurred line kept on persisting there even after the damage. But that was due to the loose neutral wire, since three phase was also installed there, and whenever loose neutral wire will spark, it will cause these kind of damages of excessive voltage. But here in this case, the voltage fluctuation was the only cause, and I have removed the laptop from here and kept it preserved so that at least 60 or 75% of battery will remain intact, and I will manage to buy the replacement Dell charger. Otherwise, also I used to suggest everyone that in spite of spending on heavy inverters, you should try to sacrifice fan and bright lights even during summer, and you should buy about 4 or 5 small UPS units so that all of your expensive gadgets like laptop charger, Xbox, or mini plasma TV or CCTV units are preserved. Then you will replace about 4 batteries each 1.5 years, and after spending lesser amount of money, you will manage to save all your expensive gadgets. Otherwise, CVC or constant voltage stabilizer (CVS) is not such successful in India, because all of the relays and capacitors are acquired from local electronics units, which will not use any superior raw material, and it will definitely harm your gadgets instead of protecting them. So battery is the only method through which you can save your gadgets, at least minus